Today marks 1313 days share lessons I learn and continue to learn with all of you. My hope these lessons will inspire you, support your dreams, help achieve your goals, really empower you to become the person that you want to become. Today speak about creativity. Creativity is such an important topic. I think that is underrated how important it is, because when you think about decision making, when you think about relationships, everything could become better when you're more creative. When you're more creative, you're able to make solutions that you never thought about. When you are more creative, you're able to be more creative in relationships, to have abundance of ideas what to do, how to develop, how to nurture relationships, how to nurture the business ideas, how to nurture yourself. You are very creative in creating solutions for every aspect of your life. So creativity is very important. So today we'll share what to do to really become more creative, because creativity is something that we build. Like most of the time, creativity is a skill. We're not able to say that I'm bored this way. Of course, it might be that someone nurtured more creativity in their lifetime, in their childhood, than you. But that's the only difference. That some people developed more creativity in their childhood, and some people just need to develop that when they are adults. It's not something that is given. It's developed through the life experiences and the choices we make, and be able to really be intentional about developing creativity in our lives. So today we'll share seven things that to be able to do to develop creativity in our lives. So number one, change the input, change the output. That means that if you want to become more creative, we want to really see creativity. So it means that you'll be able to really read books. That's a great way. Like, if you want to write a book, is better. The best way to really write a book sometimes is really gather ideas. It could be reading books, is having great conversations about the ideas, because the most important part is having conversations about the ideas, not the gossip. That's the gossip, of course, doesn't create any creativity whatsoever, but really discussing ideas, really watching seminars, watching conferences, like being able to really go outside what you usually do, and being able to really input and nurture your mind. The more you nurture your mind, the more you'll start to really connect the dots, because you saw one nugget, other nugget, and then you combine those nuggets and you create your own nuggets in your own unique way. So your input will change your output. That's one of the best ways to really be more creative, by really tapping into other creative people ideas. Number two, practice divergent thinking. And this is a beautiful thing. That means that I think that one of the worst things in life is when you have a problem, really think about ideas and finding a good idea and implementing. And why is that bad? Why is bad to really implement a good idea? Because we're leaving great ideas behind. One of the most important part is that we're able to develop that skill set. So when you think about anything, that means when we look into how we could potentially use in different way specific thing. Like, if you say that okay, I'm able to really take anything, ideas like, and be able to paperclip. Like, I was thinking like what kind of thing I could really visualize, and then if you have a paperclip, how and where you can use it, and really think about 10 places where you can use it, and choose any idea. So that means that when you look into problems, well, what are 10 solutions for that problem? I think that we're able to start to realize that there's one problem and there's infinite solutions. One problem, infinite solutions, all the time. And when you have that mindset, you start to think, okay, I need 10 solutions. Maybe it's a massive problem. Maybe I need 5 solutions. And so I will not solve this problem until I have 3 to 5 solutions that I'm able to choose and write between which one are the best. Because I think that when we have 5, we are more selective. But of course, we don't need to really 20. That's just overanalyzing. But when we have 3 to 5 solutions, and then say, okay, from those 3 to 5, now choose one the best and just execute. And that's it. I think that this always gives you more chance to really take a solution that gives you the most chance to really make big strides in your life. Number 3 is create daily, no matter how small. And this could be like maybe journaling. And journal and write a paragraph every single day. And create and visualize. It could be maybe singing, maybe writing a song. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, being able to paint, stretch something like it doesn't matter what it is. What's more important is that you're doing daily and visualize and create and really think about it. Because small things compound. A small drop of water, if you do that for 1,000 times, it will be a glass of water. That means exactly the same with creativity. If you drop every single day, after 1,000 days, you will have a massive glass of creativity in your mind. And that's why we need to really create daily. I really love example that I learned from John C. Maxwell, and he said that when you take an axe and you swing that axe into the tree 5 times every single day, you take an axe and swing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the question is not if the tree will fall. The only question is when the tree will fall. And I love that. I really love that, and I always use this analogy when I really pursue something. Okay, so what are the right things for me to do 5 times a day? And when I will keep doing every single day, I will show up for myself. Of course, the tree will fall. It could be whatever it is. And even building a skill set of creativity. Number 4 is make a space for solitude, even boredom. I think that sometimes being able to really remove everything from our lives or clear our mind, because sometimes when our tables are full of stuff, there's nowhere to put any more things. So what you need to do if you want to put something on the table, clear the table, remove everything. Then the table is clear, you're able to put all the things that really matters. Exactly the same with our mind. We need to really give ourselves solitude. So not think about creativity, not think about anything, just really pure peace, pure nothingness, pure numbness sometimes. Just being able to really remove all the things, all the thoughts, all creativity, and prepare foundation for the creativity to put on. Because sometimes if our mind is in a house, it is very, very, very hard to really be creative. But when you're really able to really be present, mindful, creativity is much, much easier to flourish. So that means that creativity is required a good environment. And a good environment is peaceful, joyful, and of course, that's the present mindset. Number 5, play with identity. As a beautiful thing, that means that play with identity is that means if I were a police officer, if I were a firefighter, how I would react, how I would approach my life, how I would approach this situation, how I would approach this problem. That means that you are able to really think about, if you are a different kind of person, how you approach this problem. If you were a different kind of person, how you approach this life. Like that means that you're able to really look into, like if I would be a billionaire, how would I approach this problem? Would I approach this money or would I do something else? If I would be a millionaire, how I would look into my health? If I would be a police officer, how I would look into security? How, like, there's so many questions that we can look into when you are a different kind of person, and how you look into different situations then. And putting yourself in another person's shoes, you're able to be at the same time more emotional intelligent, because you start to be aware how other people think because of the lenses that they have. And you become much more creative. Such a beautiful thing. Number 6 is follow curiosity, not results. And I love that, because when I think about really pursuing something meaningful in life, sometimes we always think about results. But the more you're curious about your subject, the thing that you want to achieve, the more curious you are, and you want to learn everything, and you're curious and curious and curious, you become much more creative in that field. So curiosity is one of the foundational things of creativity. So it means that you want to really become better in accounting, even though that's you want to really achieve that a job. So what you're able to do, like you're able to be very curious about all the subjects regarding that, and of course you will be more creative in that, and you become much more valuable in that field. So that is, it doesn't matter what the field is, but being able to be very curious in that, learn about it, and of course creativity in that. And number 7, and the last thing that I think is very, very important, creativity, because sometimes I think that we think that it's very broad is important in creativity, but sometimes we need to have boundaries. So we need to 7 is set constraints. So it means that when you really want to show up every single day. So that means if you want to really be a writer and you write every single day, that means that you write, okay, I write 50 words paragraph. At least at the beginning, I'll call like 150. So it means you have those constraints at the beginning. Because without constraints, sometimes you are not putting yourself in the best possible place. Because constraints gives you a freedom. Constraints gives you a freedom because you're able to know exactly what you need to do to really have achieved that milestone and move to something else. So have constraints is very, very important because it allows you to really be creative in some ranges. So that means that being able to really say, okay, this is the boundaries of my creativity for now, and I will increase it later on. But at the beginning, I will have those boundaries, those constraints, and I think this is much, much easier to really have those wins, small wins, while you're developing your creativity. So I hope that you reflect how well you create in life, and what is your creativity from 1 to 10, how you would rate. And I will just repeat 7 steps what you need to do to really be more creative. Number 1, vary your input. So where you get your information. Quantity over quality. So that means that more ideas is better ideas. Of course, we need show up daily. Small collective actions. Make space. So that's schedule solitude time. Use constraints. Embrace limits to speak ideas. And follow curiosity. And then, of course, we'll be able to achieve great things. So, I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.